Good afternoon, everybody. I, Mr. Sudhir, convener of the Muzaffarpur Sahaodaya School Complex, welcome all the educators present today on this platform. This is our kind privilege that the DTC of Muzaffarpur, Dr. Bharati Nayak, is just going to join in couple of minutes with a very good topic, my slate to whiteboard. Here on this platform, I would like to repeat some rules and regulation of this training. First of all, the microphone in this platform, in this WebEx platform, is automatically disabled for all the participants to get a proper internet bandwidth and for the smooth conducting of the online session. Therefore, I request all the participants to communicate through the chat box provided on this platform only. The second thing that I want to request, that the assessment link will be shared in the chat box 10 minutes before the end of the session. That the session's time is 4 to 5 p.m. Again, I request all the participants to fill up the assessment form correctly and submit the same so that you can be eligible for e-certificate. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Very good afternoon. Very good afternoon.
Yeah, ma'am.
Namaste, everybody. First of all, I extend my heartfelt thanks and a gratitude to Mr. Sudhir sir here and the other Sahaodaya members for inviting me as the resource person for today's session in-house training program. And I heartily welcome to all the participants, all the Sahaodaya members, any other members who have joined, all the educators, and today's, I could say, you all are going to create or give a shape for the future generation. So I give my heartfelt thanks and I convey my sincere gratitude to all of you on this virtual platform. Once again, a warm welcome to all of you with a very, very good evening. At present, I am working as the principal in DAV Public School, Maligat. At the same time, I am the district training coordinator from CBSE Regional Office, Patna. And earlier, I have also conducted so many other training sessions. I must want to share one thing, that I believe in work. I am a work-minded person and I love to work. I love to serve people. And moreover, I keep a positive aspect for every thing, and I see the positive side of every situation which we are supposed to learn something from that. As tomorrow is the Saraswati Puja, and we must all seek the blessings of Goddess Saraswati, that we need to learn something again in our life which could really worthwhile and could helpful others. So before we proceed for the today's session, I wish that we could have this bandana. Sir, first of all, Tarun sir, a folded hand, gratitude, namaskar to you, sir. It's a
Sabhi ko
request.
namaskar, madam. It's wonderful that this Muzaffarpur, Sahaodaya and DTC together are doing very well. So
Thank you, sir.
मेरी तरफ से आपको बहुत शुभकामनाएं, मुजफ्फरपुर सौदिया को, DTC को और सभी प्रिंसिपल्स को, और आप लोग सभी लोग मिलजुल के इसी तरह से अपना जो ट्रेनिंग का टारगेट्स है वो पूरा करें, और साथ ही साथ जो हमारी एजुकेशन का क्वालिटी है, जो उसका ऑब्जेक्टिव है NEP का, उसको हम पूरा करें. तो मेरी तरफ से बहुत शुभकामनाएं. ऑल द बेस्ट. गॉड ब्लेस यू. थैंक यू.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, it was only possible because of you. Thank you once again. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Should I proceed then?
Yeah, ma'am.
Thank you. So let's have this Saraswati Vandana.
कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रामृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा
Thank you so much for watching. Just to have a glance on this picture on your screen. I hope some of you or most of you might have experienced the same. I know the kids do not like you and they pick on you, but you have to go to school. Yes, you are the teacher. Sometimes you must have been heard this voice from your inner voice you hear, or you are about to ready for the next journey of the next stage. And this is also, I must believe that most of us have experienced the same. What do I do? I'm a high stress teacher. I mean a high school teacher. That speaks about the stress, the things we carry every day in our mind, that dealing with this ignited minds, the different kinds of attitude students all around us, and how we are dealing with this throughout the day. And that all together made us the teachers, solving all their problems, issues, and listening them carefully and all. So today's objective of this training session is that what exactly a teacher's role and teachers what they are giving for the to the new our present generation, how they are going to give a new shape, prepare a new shape for this future India. And before we proceed, I wish we all of you have to be very clear the objective of this training session behind. By the end of this training session, all of us will be able to adopt such managerial skills and techniques and devise an effective discipline plan for their classrooms, create an effective teaching style which enhances teaching and learning, adopt effective strategies for dealing large classes effectively, develop a personal plan of action for effective classroom management. Altogether, the major responsibilities of a teacher is to that how he or she is taking care of his or her class and managing the things entirely and proceeds and go ahead. The topic of the day's session is My Slate to Whiteboard. I just wish to take you back and give you the strategy, the journey a teacher has completed, or we have completed the journey as starting from the early education and the present era. It's not only limited to the whiteboard in the classroom, but we reached the status today that is the classroom is on virtual mat. The online classes and the several platforms to reach out the students in the difficult times, what we all are undergoing since these last 2 years, that is the
COVID-19 pandemic situations. That is, in other way, it was a boon to us that made us literate enough and help us to learn and to know many things about technology. We are now almost all are very techno savvy, and very effectively our teachers reached the door of the parents, and I believe every school, every teacher must have been created a mini school at the parents house, and everybody must realize the effort paid by the teachers has really brought the glory at the end. Yes, everybody, at any situations we are not behind. I hope this picture is very familiar. Maybe some of us might not be knowing this, or some of us are well accustomed with this, might have started the childhood with this, the slate. It's now our children must not have seen how the education system was started earlier, that is sitting on the floor, having a slate and the chalk in the hand and writing and learning. Several times you have to go for the practice and practice the repeated method. And these days, the glory of these days, education perhaps has come to the limelight now, so that we have learned that how we are proceeding and how we are overcome a lot of things, and reached on the virtual platform today, starting from the Slate days to the online and Zoom classroom or the Microsoft Team or Google Meet and so many. So the journey of this classroom started accordingly. This is very familiar. Our students might have not seen the first one, second one, because the second steps of the school as a teacher or as a good schools, we are mostly perhaps not using now the blackboard. From slate, chalk, and then the blackboard, and now they are in the green board and whiteboard, and some are there on the whiteboard on the virtual mat. So these were the situations that the journey we have covered since a long, and educational system has been changed a lot. And this is perhaps phase wise has given us a new insight to the learning practice, that what exactly we supposed to give to our children. It is altogether depends on the teachers that how you are going to manage your classroom as an effective classroom and effective teaching learning process you are imparting in the class, so that the children can getting it from you. This is the present scenario. Lockdown, shutdown, so many new terms, and the education or the schooling system becomes now the micro system. It has shifted to the even to the bedroom, from the school building to the home and to the bedroom, that the child is still very comfortable using the smart mobile phone or the laptop or any other device and attending the class comfortably. So we have completed this journey. What I want to tell all my dear friends, that is, anything is not impossible. If a teacher if a teacher wishes to change certain things, definitely he can. This is why it is said, the influence of teachers extends beyond the classroom well into the future. A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. And this is exactly the scenario today, that we do not know where we are going to stop. So whether it was the classroom of the slate writing or the classroom of the virtual platform, teacher is still going up and carrying out and finding the solutions and ready to bring the changes at any kind of audacity situations or the difficult situations before us. So we are not behind. So the influence of a good teacher never be erased. We must have to believe that. Look at this image. That's my survival kit. It has meditation tape, aspirin, and rose-colored glasses, so many things. That means it clearly shows to maybe during these days we develop certain kind of things that remaining at home for a long time and maybe depended on certain kits in the classroom. But what this picture says, do you really need this? If I ask this question, I must believe a teacher definitely doesn't require this, because the teacher knows how to maintain this and what is supposed to be done. A teacher is only required a pair of comfortable walking shoes, not the kit of the medicines or the first aid box that he or she needs to carry to remain fit or to remaining healthy. She or he requires only a pair of comfortable walking shoes. I circulate around the classroom all day to make sure the class runs smoothly. I need a pair of comfortable walking shoes rather than the medicines and other things which will remain me fit. And this is the reason I do not need to go to a gym. One of my classroom management strategy is to circulate frequently around the room. I figure I walk 3 miles a day. Every teacher runs throughout the day here and there in the classroom to and fro just to check out whether all my students are really learning, achieving something, doing something, and preparing themselves for the necessity and to meet the needs of this society. So the teacher doesn't require any medicines, any kind of kit to carry along with him or her every day. Rather, she needs to remain fit by all her strategies, what she maintained in her classroom. So the entire skill of the teacher is really based on this, that how the classroom is going to be very, very impactful class, how we are going to influence others. These strategies, these steps definitely could help us to understand that is how we are going to create impact or your impact on others, particularly with this young minds, ignited minds, when we are going to nurture them and give them a proper shape. Effective teachers obviously establish effective learning classrooms, engage students, disperse positive behaviors. And altogether, the journey from this Slate age to this virtual age, altogether we require to understand the objectives behind it and the importance, the principles and factors affecting the classroom management and how you are going to say this. Classroom management can be defined as the actions taken by teachers to create an environment that supports and facilitates both academic and social emotional learning of the students. Here I would like to share certain things that how a teacher could help to develop or create certain things in the mind of the child, how we are going to change the mind of the child. Teacher is a motivator, is a creator, and can really create the seed of innovations in the mind of the child.
Sir, how did you become so great?
How did I become so great? That's a question. Well, I don't know. I personally believe you must have a dream. Say, I must have a dream.
I must have a dream.
I must continuously acquire knowledge.
I must continuously acquire knowledge,
Hard work
hard work,
and perseverance.
and perseverance.
One should not be afraid of problems.
Not afraid of problems.
Then you will be successful. Okay?
Thank you so much for watching. I hope if we are able to create certain things in the mind of the child, that he can create certain things. He has that abilities, that potentialities. We are there only to recognize his potentialities and to bring it back. That's the teacher's role. So the purpose of this classroom management or the teacher's role is to really motivating students, increasing their appropriate behavior, building their self-esteem, preparing them for their future life, and effective discipline, providing or creating a safe, comfortable learning environment, being prepared, creative and imaginative in daily lessons, ensuring the right climate for learning to occur. So I hope हम लोग जो भी अभी जुड़े हुए हैं, जितने भी पार्टिसिपेंट्स से, जो टीचर्स से, अभी आपको जरूर लग रहा होगा अजय टीचर आप अपनी बच्चों में ऐसा क्या दिए हो, क्या डालना चाहते हो जो बच्चा अपनी आप में समझने की कोशिश करेगा या आगे बढ़ने की कोशिश करेगा। और मैं कहीं ना कहीं जरूर बिलीव करती हूँ कि हर टीचर, चाहे वो कैसे भी बच्चा क्यों ना हो, कभी भी बच्चों को गलत दिशा में जाने के लिए निर्देश नहीं देते हैं। तो ये जो सही दिशा दिखाने की जो इच्छा होती है, या हम जैसे चाहते हैं कि बच्चों को एक शेप देना, और मुझे विश्वास है कि आप सभी ने जरूर बच्चों को मोटिवेट करने में पीछे नहीं हुए होंगे। और इस 2 साल जो कोरोना की पीरियड रही और बच्चों ने साथ में ना होते हुए भी हम लोगों ने जो बच्चों को घर तक पहुंच गए, ये सबसे बहुत बड़ी बात है। और मुझे लग रहा है कहीं ना कहीं आपकी बच्चों ने ये बातों को जरूर एहसास किए होंगे कि मेरे टीचर्स मेरे बारे में कम से कम इतना तो सोचते हैं, करते हैं। तो द रोल ऑफ द टीचर इज नेवर लेफ्ट बिहाइंड इन सर्टन कॉर्नर, दैट इज ऑल टुगेदर स्प्रेड ओवर हियर एंड देयर। सो द क्लासरूम मैनेजमेंट टू क्लासरूम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन is very important things that a teacher must have to know. Differentiate कैसे करना है, क्या करना है, difference between this classroom organization and the classroom management. So the strategies, a teacher must have to apply the proper strategies, set up strategies used to ensure productive, harmonious learning environment. Similarly, classroom organization, the way teachers structure time, space and classroom instructions to promote learning. मैं इसमें एक बार जरूर जोड़ना चाहूंगी, ड्यूरिंग दिस ऑनलाइन क्लासेस आप लोगों ने जरूर देखे होंगे, अभी भी जो भी जूम क्लास प्लेटफॉर्म में ले रहे हैं या माइक्रोसॉफ्ट टीम या अदर कोई भी प्लेटफॉर्म होगी, तो बच्चों की इसमें बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं जो काफी अच्छे से रेस्पॉन्ड करते हैं और कुछ बच्चे रेस्पॉन्ड नहीं देते हैं। तो यहाँ पे टीचर्स की सबसे बड़ी रोल होती है कि आप बच्चों को कैसे ड्रैग कर रहे हैं, कैसे होल्ड करना चाह रहे हैं। तो दैट इज डिपेंड ऑन द मैनेजरियल स्किल ऑफ द टीचर्स। सिमिलरली नॉट ओनली इन द ऑनलाइन classes, it is also very important factors for the offline classes. So the management is a complex set of plans and actions which the teacher uses to ensure that the learning in a classroom is effective and efficient. Discipline is the practice of teaching or training a person to obey rules or a code of behavior in both sort of the long terms. So we must have to understand the difference between these two windows in our teaching strategies, and this is very important to know the teaching skills, what exactly a teacher's plans and elaborates and how it is going to affect. So the effective classroom management has certain features and is a great skill of the teachers, that how he or she is preparing this helping the classes to manage. So establishes and sustains an orderly environment in the classroom, increases meaningful academic learning and facilitates social and emotional growth, decreases negative behaviors and increases time spent academically engaged, provides economy of time as well as energy. So these are the features a teacher must have to keep in his or her mind while she or he is setting the classroom and setting the strategies to fix the target. This is the target of my class that I am going to get the output of this. So the principles of effective classroom management, we also have to keep it in the mind that certain things, what Bharati said, states 3 general principles for good classroom management a teacher needs to know. Willingness of the teacher to accept responsibility for classroom control, long-term solution-oriented approaches to problems rather than short-term or the control responses. Check to see if sympathetic behavior is caused by underlying personal problems. So personal problems, which is very impulsivity, lack of awareness, home problems, etc. And nowadays we must say the emotional imbalance of the students has to be taken care, has to be addressed properly, even on the virtual platform that we are going to counsel or interacting with the students as well as the parents, that what exactly the problem the child is facing, being seized or confined with the four walls or the boundary of the home, that the child is not allowed to spread over to meet the friends and others so frequently. So that emotional imbalance is obvious, that a teacher must have to take care, and there the role of a teacher is very important and major, I could say. Equally, that the parent teacher relationship or the bridge between the parent, child and teachers should be connected very well, so that we could address any situations easily and could overcome all such factors. So the factors affecting classroom management, there are certain, obviously, environment, teacher-student relationship, student-student relationship, motivation, which I already discussed, that here teachers must have to develop such kind of relationship among the parents, students, and we must have to check also the peer group relationship and how we are motivating them, counseling them, and helping them, that they need to understand their basic need and how they are going to give control their emotions and the passions when they are getting any disturbances, and how they are going to find out their objective or the learning objective and how it is going to shape in their future. So that is a very important factors teachers must have to take care and could see. So these are the key messages out of the discussions, these 4 points that windows the teacher must have to very careful. The classroom management is the foundation on which all learning occurs or happens. The concept of classroom management is broader than that of discipline. It is important to use effective classroom management strategies as they serve both as prevention and intervention methods that promote positive outcomes for students. Teachers should create an environment that supports and facilitates both academic and social emotional learning of the students. It is very important now what the present these 2 years, I think all of you are well accustomed with the situations, what exactly we need to do for our children, that has to be taken into concern. So components of classroom management, what is the skill the teachers need to adopt while he or she is setting the classroom situations. So the content management occurs when teachers manage space, materials, equipment, the movement of people and lessons that are part of a curriculum or program of studies. Similarly, the conduct management refers to the setup procedural skills that teachers employ in their attempt to address and resolve discipline problems in the classroom. Covenant management focuses on the classroom group as a social system that has its own features that teachers have to take into account when मैनेजिंग इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशनशिप इन द क्लासरूम. ये तीनों की बहुत अहमियत है टीचर्स के लिए. जब भी हम क्लास सेट करते हैं या क्लास मैनेजमेंट के बारे में सोचते हैं, दैट हम अपनी क्लास को या बच्चों को किस तरह क्या चीज हम माइन्यूटली दे पाएंगे, स्ट्रेटेजिकली दे पाएंगे, ये तीनों चीज को ध्यान में रखना बहुत जरूरी है. कंटेंट मैनेजमेंट, जो कंटेंट आपकी प्लान्ड है, आप उसको किस तरह बच्चों के पास पहुंचा पा रहे हैं एंड बच्चे उसको किस तरह आपसे रेस्पॉन्स दे रहे हैं, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू नो. Conduct management, it is equally responsibility of the teachers to see the classroom behavior and presentation and body language of the students. That has to be taken care and understood, and could help them to maintain the discipline and resolve the issues if they have any, and that has to be looked into also. Covenant management, equally it is important to see that how this interpersonal relationship in the classroom to be developed. So the three main components of the classroom management, which we already discussed: content management, lesson plans, organization and structure of the class; conduct management, behavior, discipline and classroom rules; covenant management, facilitation of trusting and respectful relationship that promote optimal success for all children. These three components a teacher must have to take care. I hope all of you are very, very conscious and taking concern of all these things while you are setting your goal for the class or the achievement of your learning strategy. While you are setting the teaching learning strategies, definitely you are keeping all these things in your mind, and taking this view, you are just definitely moving ahead. Just wake me up when it's all over. That means teacher is done. If the teacher is really have properly planned the strategies how to manage the classroom. Unplanned teaching and learning is a recipe of wasting time. So when we do not have any plan with us and we are not ready, particularly just how we are going to take all these classes, or the teachers, students need to receive something from you. If it is not planned well, definitely this is the waste of time. So the curriculum planning is equally very important process whereby the advanced arrangement of learning opportunities for a particular population of learners is created, helps in addressing full range of learning needs of students. That must have to be taken care while we are planning the curriculum. I just want you to have a glance on this picture. This is a classroom situation. Good instruction helps in preventing failure, frustration, boredom and confusion in classrooms. So the classroom situation, what this picture elaborate us, I just want you to know from you. I think we are running by time, but I think it is not boring you. Though मैं हिंदी में बोलना चाह रही हूँ, maybe I'm not able to reach that level you are expecting from me in Hindi, but still and I'm trying. I'm sending a link now. आपकी chat box में एक link जाएगी, Mentimeter का link. Please use this Mentimeter. I just wish to know that how do you impact in your class, as we are talking about the influence of the teachers, impact of the teachers, and how a teacher really impact on others, that everybody is known to that. And I just would like to know from you, please, there are a number of participants in this group, please give few words, just open the link and just write a single word, the kind of impact you are really have in your classroom, or what exactly the objective behind it as a teacher, or what kind of a teacher you are or you should be, what you are, either you are expecting you are, or you see in others you want to be, anything. You just please give a single word to this Mentimeter. Let us see what are the words are coming from you. You can see the very nice good words are given by you. Discipline, devotion, regard, attraction, useful, kind, ideal person for student, wonderful session, devotion, involving students, very nice, parental care, very good, regard, useful. All of you could see, find out your words there on the screen where you are, and how your words really resembling, how it is going to means how it taking a shape, and what's the look we are all together creating. So this could be the imagination that how we are exactly influencing others, or how is our deliverance impact on others. So there are so many nice words, lovely words, very good adjectives, Parental care, excellent, useful, nice, wonderful, nice, kind, very important. Policy, there are very good words. I will definitely take it. I just wish to be taken the screenshot all these words. So this altogether has taken a design itself, very nice. Regards, skills, communication, parental support, you are communicable, friendly, my God. Skills in communication, it's really has a very grand impact on this. It's really encouraging me now, and I feel like, yes, I am empowered now. So what I want to connect here with you, when we involve the students in certain activities, in certain work, when we feel they are able to do, that means you see this potential, that child can do many things even which he or she doesn't know. So that really creates a wonderful things ahead, which you could see on your screen how wonderful it is taking the shape and design. Very nice, excellent, innovative, useful, diversion. Really, I'm not able to pick up all this to read out all these words. Powerful, learning, friendship, act, interactive, so nice, felicitator, flexible. All these are, you see, the resources or the skills what we can do or impact in on others. Our students can cultivate from us. If we are able to imbibe such values, such influence on others, definitely you all are the wonderful creature of the God, the wonderful teachers for the child, that you are genuinely, truly have given a particular shape to the mind of this child, and at least you touch the mind and heart of this child, so that he is, you see, outstanding. Motivation, very important. The motivation, entertainer, great ideas. What is the discipline? I think discipline, gratefulness. It is very encouraging session. Okay, I'll take the feedback later on. So S, icon, policy, inspire, ideal, motivation. So many things, and I still continue this, and I'll keep it and I'll share it later on in the group. What are the things we are really cultivating, as I mentioned. So this is, you could see the impact in certain words, how the impact has come up, and what you can create, and how many words we have collected. Really, it is wonderful. And thank you all the participants, those have given the responses, and really it's made my day today. So according to Gang Itel, effective teachers share the following characteristics, which all of you have written so many very good and wonderful words. Here are some. Effective teachers are masters of their material, have clear and well moderated speech, calm, reasonable, fair and consistent, alert and watchful, warm and approachable, enthusiastic, well prepared and well organized. At the end, a teacher must have to be well prepared and well organized, so that the classroom could be very effective, resourcefulness, and could have very great impact on the learners. So the teaching learning process could be really very effective, learn worthy, and truly could reach that learning outcome what we are expecting from our present generation, and we are going to give the shape for the prepare them for the future, so they are, that would be achievable. So effective teachers manage their instruction effectively and achieve an orderly environment with few distractors, create clear, well-defined learning objectives, have a lesson plan developed, and that includes active learning activities and collaborative exercises wherever feasible. Use an orderly sequence to teach lessons, organize instructional aids and assessment in direct support of learning objectives, use a variety of teaching methods and practice styles, pace lessons appropriate to students' abilities to learn, establish a system for continuously assessing learning, have references, class materials, and resources available prior to class. These all are, and very important to impart all these things. A teacher must have to be very careful while preparing the lesson plan. Your lesson plan is very much important before you go for the class. Sometimes हमको क्या लगता है कि हमने तो ये सालों भर पढ़ा रहे हैं, ये सारे सिलेबस मुझे तो याद है, फिर प्रिपेयर क्या करना है. सबसे बड़ी गलतफहमी में हम लोग जीते हैं. एक एक पल अगर आप 10 साल से भी कोई भी सब्जेक्ट को पढ़ा रहे हैं या कोई भी सेम चैप्टर्स को पढ़ा रहे हैं, फिर भी यही जरूरत है कि आप क्लास जाने से पहले एक बार उसको जरूर देखें. इसलिए लेसन प्लान को बनाने की हमेशा एक लेसन प्लान की अहमियत रही है. और मैं रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूंगी, एवरी टीचर मस्ट हैव टू फॉलो दिस इफ यू आर ट्रूली गोइंग टू impact and have an impactful class in your class. So obviously all of you might be knowing the plans and the strategies how to prepare the lesson plans. Here is just a template. You can see that what are the things, topic, time, duration, objectives, both general and specific. What are the warm-up activities, the icebreaker activities for 2-3 minutes in the class required, that you must have to see. अभी कभी हम जाते हैं क्लास एंट्री करते हैं, बोलते हैं चलो आज से ना, आज हम न्यू चैप्टर स्टार्ट करेंगे और आप किताब खोलो. ये सबसे बड़ी गलत तरीका होता है, क्योंकि एक क्लास छोड़ के बच्चे दूसरे क्लास टीचर के लिए तो वो नेक्स्ट क्लास होती है, बच्चों के लिए हर पीरियड एक जैसा रहता है. तो हम लोग ये भूल जाते हैं, बच्चा एक सब्जेक्ट को छोड़ने के बाद उसके लिए कुछ स्पेस चाहिए. तो ये दिस इज वाई द इम्पोर्टेंट ऑफ द वार्म अप एक्टिविटीज, आइस ब्रेकर एक्टिविटीज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दैट टू just create an distraction and influence the child's mind. Yes, he is ready to understand now your subject. So this is essential because students are engrossed with the previous class learning. So to bring them back and make them ready for the next class, you need to have a chit chat, to ask and some introductory question and to know, yeah, that's what was the things going on. Previous knowledge testing, teaching aids, methodologies should be decided, keeping in view the content to be taught, types of learners in the class, availability of resources and time. What are the classroom environment and what could be availed in the present situation where you are there. You must have to take into concern and prepare the plan accordingly. Assessment is must, instructional practice is the homework, whether it is required or not, that a teacher must have to decide. So these learning styles, 4 windows, which is very very important, a teacher must have to know. These are visual, auditory, read and write, and kinesthetic. So visual, prefer the use of images, maps, graphic organizers to access and understand new informations. Auditory, some students learns differently. They prefers to listen and learns best through listening and speaking, lecturers and group discussions. कुछ बच्चों को ये पसंद है, वो सुनकर या डिस्कस करके लर्न करते हैं. कुछ बच्चे देखकर पसंद करते हैं पढ़ना. और रीड एंड राइट, कुछ बच्चों को बहुत पसंद है, वो बहुत पढ़ते हैं, प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, लिखते हैं. So they used to understand better. Learns best through words, are avid readers, copious note takers, and can translate abstract concept into words. And kinesthetic, learns best through tactile representation of information, are hands-on learners. So these are the 4 windows which a teacher must have to adopt and acknowledge and to implement it in the class when she or he is facing, that is the group of number of students, because every child is unique. So they must have to differentiate the students and could make them into group, and then they should think the kind of learner they are and according to set the plan and strategy of their class. Multiple intelligences, nowadays it is very very important that MI, the classroom classroom teaching and the classroom impact is, somebody is asking, no. So that is very much important to. So using MI in the classroom, that is multiple intelligence teaching activities. What are the multiple intelligences we can utilize nowadays? I think these 2 years more means all of us, all the teachers have been utilized it very well on through the online and classes. Some are continuously asking the annotations. What's verbal, linguistic, storytelling, group discussion, lectures, and that word games, puzzles, number or logic, pictures, music, self-reflection, physical experience, social experience, and experiences in the natural world. So these are the the strategies what we have been implemented either in the online classes or in the offline classes. The teacher is using all the resources very very carefully. So teacher must have to differentiate instructions So how your differentiation means tailoring instruction to meet individual needs. So these are improving learning outcomes. The purpose is to improving learning outcomes, inspiring a love of learning, increasing engagement, increasing self-awareness, helping students learn more effectively and with more deeper understanding. So that is important. We differentiate in response to the learners. Three important things we see in them, that is interest, learning profile and readiness. Here I just wish you to watch this for a while, how these things that we are going to learn. What should be a teacher? Please listen carefully.
Today, boys and girls, we're going to take a few minutes and draw on the pieces of paper in front of you something or someone you are grateful for. Taking the time for gratitude is so important for our peace of mind and our happiness. And it's a great way to remind ourselves how lucky we are for what we have and who we have in our lives. Afterwards, we're going to share what we've drawn with the rest of the class. Let's begin. Wonderful, class. Now, who would like to come up first and share what you're grateful for?
Me.
Yes, Sarah, come on up.
I'm thankful for trees because they give me oxygen.
That's wonderful, Sarah. Thank you so much. Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Jason, come on up.
I know my parents because without them I wouldn't even be here. And also they help me with my homework and I love them. Chocolate. I'm grateful for chocolate.
Okay, Rebecca. Thank you. Simon, why don't you come up and share with the class what you're grateful for? Come on up, Simon. I'll be right up here with you. What are you grateful for, Simon? How would you like to play a game with your classmates to see who can guess whose hand you drew? Would you like that? All right, class. Can anyone guess whose hand Simon drew?
I think it's the hand of a policeman because they protect us and keep us safe. I think it's Simon's hand because he's grateful to have a hand. Is it the hand of God? It's your hand, Miss Sanders.
Thank you for watching. So the strategies for improving, I hope this video must have been made us understand and give a feeling that what the feelings we need to generate from one to another, and our children need to being together in the classroom and could be sharing with the teacher what the values and the things we are really able to impart. So that was the clear picture we feel that how you are really able to impact on others, even if it is a small child and its mind, you are able to touch the mind and heart. So the strategies for improving classroom transitions: communicate clearly when activities will begin and when they will end, maintain a visual schedule that is reviewed and referred to frequently, give specific instructions about how students are to switch from one activity to the next, clearly teach, model, and have students practice and rehearse all procedures that will occur during changes of activities, use signals for transitions, provide direct teacher guidance and promoting to those students who need it during transitions. That is very, very important, that while we are setting the goals, that we have to careful what exactly we are going to impart to our children. Effective teaching leads to effective learning and helps in preventing failure, frustration, boredom, and confusion in classroom. Teachers must plan the curriculum, organize routine procedures, gather resources, and arrange the classroom environment. Teachers should select, plan, and arrange such activities that result in high level of student learning and movement, that make good use of available time. The lessons should be structured and tailored in line with the needs and the skills of the students. If a teacher is really very, very careful while preparing the plan to go to the class, before he or she goes to the class, definitely the outcome of this plan would be very, very effective and very touching. So while setting up the physical environment of the classroom, the teacher should also consider the following things: management of the space to be conducive to learning, physical environment to support the tasks that will be carried out in the class, space for students to work individually and in groups, enough space for the teacher to roam around freely in the classroom, minimizing crowding in the class, decorating the classroom with the student work, safe and comfortable sitting arrangement for the students if possible. We are giving many things to do, the activities and all that must have to be displayed in the classroom so that the child could feel happy. Yes, my presentation is there displayed, my teacher loves me. Any means and manners the child has done, that must have to be paid attention and interest. That importance the child must have to realize, my project is displayed there in the classroom or the corridor of my classroom. Sitting arrangement is a prime consideration, and it can do a great deal to either facilitate or hinder what goes on in your classroom. This could be a plan. We are very traditionally with the past image, we are making sitting the classroom very traditionally, the benches. Sometimes we can arrange it is in different way, horoscope or U-shape, clusters, runway, stadium combination. So that would create another impact on the child, either look wise, feeling happy, yes, my happy classroom. So it is depend on the teachers how you are creating this happy classroom environment in your class. This is another important factor a teacher must have to keep in his or her mind, the time management grid, important and not important, which is very important. That is, the actions are important activities done under the pressure of deadlines. Actions are activities done without the pressure of looming deadlines. So not important, which the teacher must have to understand. Actions are unimportant activities done with the sense of urgency. Actions are simply time wasters. So we need to define what exactly need of the child that has to be taken care. If it is not necessary much, that must be avoided. So classroom time management, if efficient use of time in helping students achieve learning goals and making classroom a pleasant place for teachers and students. So this is why it is said, a good teacher can inspire hope, ignite the imagination, instill a love of learning. And the best teachers are the ones that change their minds. So I know all of you are sitting here are the best teachers. Definitely you are touching the ignited mind of the today's generation and creating a sensibility in them. Basic principles of classroom time management, definition objectives for each class and trying to remain focused on them, being flexible and reshaping the lesson plan so as to respond to the needs of all the students. अगर हम सारी चीजों को ध्यान में रखते हुए क्लास में एंटर करते हैं, डेफिनेटली हमारी क्लास एक सबसे टचिंग क्लास होती है और बच्चों के ध्यान कहीं और नहीं जाती है। तो टीचर्स को कम से कम कुछ बातों को ध्यान जरूर रखना पड़ता है, दैट बॉडी लैंग्वेज, योर बिहेवियर, द मैनर यू स्पीक, द वे यू प्रेजेंट योर क्लास इन द क्लासरूम, दैट इज वेरी इफेक्टिव एंड चाइल्ड लर्न्स फ्रॉम you, not only from the book what you delivered, read and write or give the question answers. Child learns from the way you stand before him, stand them, and you deliver the class, you talk to them, you ask them to get done the work. All these things the child observes and learns from you. So your presentation, body language and the manner and the skill is very, very important, and you should know how and where you are and what the child is observing in you, whether it is a dressing sense, it is the manner you talk, the manner you sit, or the classroom interact with them. So set goals, make schedule, revisit and revise your plan. Teacher-centered approach, you must be knowing, I hope all of you are definitely following certain strategies, which approach you have in your classroom, teacher-centered approach or student-centered approach. If you are teacher-centered approach, your direct instruction, formal authority, expert, personal model, inquiry-based learning if you are student approach, facilitator, personal model, delegator, or cooperative learning, facilitator and delegator. So what is your teaching style? Can we use again the Mentimeter? Motivational, parental, very kind, very lovely, very, very nice. Nice, mind, kind-hearted, interesting, excellent. Parental, motivational, student-centered, very good, very motivated. Some more, can you? Yeah, it's really coming good. Student-centered, interesting, effective, excellent, kind, experimental, very good, interacting, student-centered, very nice. So these, if we are able to create such kind of feelings among others, particularly in our generations, you are the winner. See, the teachers should try to develop their own teaching style that promotes responsibility, cooperation, courage, and self-esteem. If the child is able to learn certain things from you, these things at least you are really a great teacher ahead. Punishment and positive discipline. I hope all of you are well accustomed with this. So you need to avoid the punishment. Positive discipline must have to be created in the classroom, and the child must have to be assessed and influenced positively with discipline. So guidelines for preparing rules in the classroom. So I know many teachers said the classroom rules. Yes, this is the classroom rules. So the children adopt it. This is our classroom rules we have to follow. So that is general, short and easy to understand, necessary, reasonable and enforceable, different for different kinds of activities, consistent with the instructional and learning goals, consistent with the school rules stated positively. So these are the 5 P's which is very, very important for the while you are setting the classroom rules. Prompt, be on time, enter the classroom quietly, turn in homework in time. So this is the instruction. The child is well acquainted. My teacher said the classroom rules I have to follow. Prepared, bring all materials, necessary work, put away handphones, headphones and electronics and properly dressed every day. Productive, maximize learning time by staying on task, following directions and remaining seated unless you have been given permission to get up. Patient, wait respectfully and calmly for your turn. Do not complain. Listen, stay seated and track the speaker when someone is talking. Very polite. Be nice or natural to everyone. Swearing, testing, talking back, and bullying will not be tolerated. Respect yourself, your classmates, your teacher and your classroom. Keep your hands, feet and objects to yourself. If you do not own it, do not write, draw or carve on it. So these are the classroom situations, and the students, I believe students follow it very happily and they keep it, maintain it in order. Yes, my teacher said this classroom rules and I have to follow. So we listen to the teachers, we help. You can have the placards in your classrooms so they could, while they are entering and sitting, they could read. We listen to the teachers, we help keep our classroom clean, we are nice to others, we play safely. So teaching procedures, that is definitely the 3-step approach for teaching procedures: explain, rehearse, reinforce. So state or define the procedure in concrete terms, demonstrate the procedure, do not just tell, demonstrate complex procedures step by step, and have students practice the procedure step by step, have students repeat the procedure until it becomes a routine, determine whether students have learnt the procedure or whether they need further explanation, demonstration or practice, reteach the correct procedure if rehearsal is unacceptable, praise the students when the rehearsal is acceptable, do not address a student's failure to follow the routine or procedure through behavior consequences. Reinforcement is very, very important for a teacher to acknowledge and adopt in the classroom situation. In the online classes, most of the students are not joining our classes, and we feel like that they are perhaps disobeying. Might be there are some certain reasons, so we need to first understand what's the reason behind it, try to talk to them, try to find out the problems or the why the child is not keeping interest to join the class, even talk to the parents. So that must have to be very, very important task the teacher needs to undergo. So as a teacher, the first thing you must learn is how to make your students behave for you. So I think I have completed.
And thank you.